Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing good. In this video, we're going to be going through our round balers, checking them out, greasing them, and that kind of thing. And be sure and stick around to the part I'm telling a story about when I bought this new Massey Ferguson round baler. So be sure to watch that if nothing else. But we'll get started. Got her 483 new idea round baler out here. It's a 4x5 soft core hay baler. This is what I started out with for a round baler, and I still use it occasionally to bale hay for people, and I keep it mainly for a spare in case my new round baler tears up or something. I can hook to it and finish up where I'm at. It's worth more to keep it to use for that reason than it is what I get out of it to sell it. As you can see, it's just a fixed chamber baler. These bottom rolls have a tensioner pulley on them where you get some of your bale forming pressure at, and then you got a pressure on these upper belts. You just adjust a permanent tension on them, and then as they load up with hay, they start to pressure roll. At the beginning of the roll, it's belt soft. It's not a hardcore belt. We'll shut the tailgate and rev it up and let it run a little while and see if any of the bearings are heating or anything. The thing I like about this baler here over my new one is that new Massey Ferguson, you have to stop your PTO to dump your bales, and this one here you can leave it on all the time, which makes it pretty convenient. But this one don't put near the hay in it that the new baler does. Got this side fan loaded up, load the hay out of it. Should have cleaned it out last year with this. You can hear that little bit of a rough sound. I'll take you in here and show you why it has that sound. Right here is one of the bearings out of that new idea. You can see how it's got a hexagon shaft that bearing slides up on. They get a little slack in them shafts, and that starts making a little bit of a knock on your hay baler, especially as it loads up. Usually what I'll do is try to spray some lubricant back in there to keep that lubricated a little bit to where it doesn't cause excessive wear on the shaft or nothing, and that quietens it down pretty good. You do that about twice a day if you bale all day with it, and it'll keep it quieting down pretty good. But you can tell the shiny in there where that one's had rubbed and stuff, and that's where that little bit of a rough sound comes from. Right here's our controller, and we'll test it out. Turn it on, gives it power. Right here's a control that adjusts how much twine, how many wraps that your bale is getting, and this here adjusts your in and out on your twine arm. It's got electric tie. See there, that's going out, and then push it and it'll come back in. And then as the bale gets full on these new ideas, it starts to lift the bale chamber and opens up a switch which turns this light on here saying full bale, so we can simulate that by opening the tailgate up. And a buzzer will go off. So that's how we check our electrical system to make sure it's in working order. Now I'm going to go through and grease it, and the bearings all seem good. I felt of them after I'd run it a while. They all still cold. Of course, it gets more, you know, under a load with a bell. Would cause them to heat more if a bearing is starting to fail, but there's not any extreme problem or any that's locked up on it right now. If you have one of these old new idea balers, either a 483 or a 484, or the 484 is a 4x5 baler. If you have one or ever had one in the past, let me know, and kind of your thoughts, what you thought about these old hay balers. I'd say this one was built probably either late 80s or early 90s. I'm not really sure how you can tell by the serial number. It has like a B185 or something. I don't think it would be an 85 model though. And the reason I don't think it's an 85 is because it has these plates right here where your bearings bolt in, and some of the older ones didn't have those plates. It was just the skin of the baler, and that was a little bit of a weak spot, and I think they came back and welded these on some of the later models to stiffen that up. I know I had a 484, which is the 4x5 version of this baler, and it didn't have that plate on there, and some of those were starting to buckle, and I welded plates on them to stiffen that up. But if you ever had one, leave it in the comments. We got our newest baler here. It's a Massey Ferguson Heston 1745. It'll make up to a 4x5 bale, and so I'm gonna show you a little something here. Just kind of want to show you the wire that's in this baler right now, and then I'm going to show you another picture here in just a second, and then I'll explain what the situation was. Alright, that picture that you just saw, the video is my the first little thing you saw there with me in the video showing you the wire in the hay baler. That's the baler I have right now. The next picture, or the little picture that pops up, was a picture of a new hay baler that I had bought. Just the camera here. That was the day I got it. It was supposed to be in a brand new hay baler. So the baler I have right now, it's a 2017. I'd try to think about how many bales it's had in it. Probably about 1,500 rolls, thereabouts. So, you know, it's quite a bit more than what that picture was. But I had a 484 new idea traded in on this baler here, which the one they brought me is the picture that you see. And it looked good. I mean, outside you couldn't tell it. It looked like a brand new one. Well, after they left, I hooked it to the tractor, and I was going to raise it up and kind of see everything worked. Well, I raised it up and looked in it, and I told Dad, I said, this thing's been baled with. And I, of course, got aggravated. And so I called the dealer where I'd got it, and he's like, he said, there ain't no way. I said, yeah. I said, it's been used. I said, it's wore. He said, well, send me pictures. So I sent him some pictures, and the The next day I called. I said, "You get my pictures?" He said, "Yeah, but I can't tell nothing much about them." So I was like, "Well, why not?" He said, "Well, they're in black and white." I said, "Well, I seen them in color." I said, "Have you got a color printer or pull them up on your computer?" They printed them out for him in black and white, and you couldn't tell. So anyways, he pulled them up on his computer from his email. And he said, "Oh, it has, ain't it?" He'd got it from a dealer in West Virginia and had it sent to him because they didn't have one on the lot. Well, he's like, "What can we do?" He said, "Can I knock $500 off?" I'm like, "Yeah. You know, that ain't much when you're buying a brand new piece of machinery that's been used and you not knowing how much it's been used." So I was like, "I want a new one." Well, probably turned out for the best because the one they brought me, it was a 2016 model and had been on the lot a while and stuff, which had been used at some point. Well, they just had come out with the 2017s. So the one I got now was a brand new. Hadn't set out on the lot, nothing. So I brought her home, put her in the shed, and it's been inside ever since. Other than when it's been used. But anyways, that blowed my mind. And it had been well used. It probably, I'd say my baler had at least 150 rolls or more through it before it even come close to looking like that one did. It's hard telling how much it had been used. I don't know what they ended up doing with it. If they still sold it as a new one to somebody or what. I know it went back to that dealer, I think, in West Virginia. That's my understanding. But I like this baler better. It probably worked out best for me, but man, it was an aggravating situation to go through. I couldn't believe that. But the one that, I hope I'm telling you right on these dates. I'm pretty sure it's 2017. But anyways, the one I got originally didn't have the Heston 70th anniversary. So you can look up when Heston's 70th anniversary was. But this one come with those stickers and stuff on it. But I like the fact that this one hadn't set out on the lot because I don't like to let my hay balers get wet at all. I don't like to wash them, nothing. Try to keep them as dry as possible. But anyways, I just wanted to share that little information with you. Let you listen to this one running here.